And what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me. Coming for to carry me home.
What's going on, everybody? It's T Reaper and I'm back with another video. Happy Monday, everybody. Yo, how was everybody's weekend? Yo, I had a fantastic weekend. I had a nice chill, hot ass week at work. I had it was like 90 freaking degrees in my house. I had a nice sit down on Saturday afternoon with Mr. EROK. Shout out to him, where we discussed, the fuckery that is going on in this wonderful YouTube streets right now. Still getting that backlash from that, 6,000 ponies dead. I just want to, a quick reference to the troll video that I just made a couple days ago. Yo, to all the trolls that are now dead, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. I regret nothing. I regret nothing. It was cheap. It was simple. And you guys are all just a bunch of pussies. Get over it. But today we're actually going to talk about the shit that is very close and dear to my heart, which is dedication to games. Or dedication to multiplayer games, more or less. Because while I was legitimately relaxing over the weekend, I was legitimately catching people's streams. And, I watched this one stream that I swear to God, if I had been in that stream, I would have been telling this dude that was streaming it the same thing his friend was telling him over the mic. Use a fucking pistol. Now, of course, everybody enjoys games in their own way, and everybody enjoys gaming, how they choose to. Some people are really desperate to call God of War the Jesus Christ of the Savior of gaming. Others are just happy playing Call of Duty all day. So it really, really chooses, really depends on what your, preference of dedication is. But what I learned from last week's stream with, Xbot and Mel is, not everybody dedicates their, time and effort to a single game. Some people are multi-use games. Some people play multiple games at one time, so they don't have time to that, to capture that, that skill level that they would want on the particular one that they love the most dear. I kind of don't have that problem. I legitimately every year we have new fads and we have new games that come out for multiplayer season. And I try my best to stick to the one that I know I want to master the most, and I legitimately take time and effort to play as much as possible to get as good as possible over the years. The other grand, concept that, experience you gain experience. The other game that I have played since I was 13 is the game of Halo. And if you play Halo for about, 2018? 17 something years, you kind of get better than everybody else eventually, or you get better than most people would, just by playing a single version of Halo. Over the years of Halo, you learn the craft of, make sure you shoot them halfway and then you melee them in the face and then they die. You make sure that if someone tries to kill you last minute, try to stick them, and for all love and purposes, learn how to use a fucking pistol. Well, use the 5-hit system, for example. That is the most easiest way to play Halo. But, over time, games get harder and harder to master, whether you get older, whether you're just not into it anymore, and some games are just not appealing to most people anymore. So, I think it's important that, for any young gamers out there that want to be, dedicated to gaming, make sure you put that time and effort into mastering what you want to be good at. Because some people, think they just pick up a game and they'll master it like snap of your fingers. And I'm sorry to say that's not the way it works. You have to put time, you have to put dedication, and you have to want to get better at it in order for you to get, good at it. Now, for the older generations like myself and the generations that are older than me, you're kind of too old for this. Please stop trying to get good at it. You're never going to succeed. But for the young generation, have at it. Time and effort, and dedication reaps reward, and eventually you will get good at it if you work at it long enough. And I'm not talking about, a simple 3 hours or 3 hours of playtime. I'm talking about, weeks and months of, grinding and learning, and, because from, over the years of Halo, I've learned something from every type of game that I played out in Halo. I've learned, if that dude is on the opposite side of the, map with a sniper rifle, make sure I go underneath the map so he doesn't see me coming. If I know this dude is with a shotgun and I have a sword, I either have to make sure I stick the dude, or I make sure I take out my pistol and shoot him in the face before he actually comes anywhere near me. But dedication to games is good. That's how you get good at it. That's how that's how you master it as best you can. But eventually, the sad truth is, dedication comes at a price, because if you spend all your time mastering one game, then you want to try to master another game, you have to start the whole process all over again, which sometimes takes years, sometimes it takes months, and sometimes it takes a decent amount of weeks of gameplay, depending on your consumption rate. And every year I change my status, but I'm quite excited to look forward to 2018's multiplayer cycle and what I'm actually going to be mastering next, because I honestly didn't start Xbox in 01 and to suck at it. So I always take things I always play games to go positive, and if I don't go positive, I don't play it. As I've gotten older, that going positive is getting extremely harder. So, and I don't play games to enjoy them, and I don't play games because I like them. I play games because I want to have that adrenaline rush, and that adrenaline rush in matches is what I find the most thrilling about playing multiplayer, player titles. And for everybody that is, complaining about Xbox and how Xbox has no games, Xbox has no identity, please remember something very simple. This is supposed to be a multiplayer box. You're supposed to have competitive play on the box. It's not so you can sit back and enjoy a long free roam title or single player experience as your prime, objective. The idea is to, go on Xbox Live, play against other people, feel that thrill of adrenaline when you beat that other person to a pulp and teabag his ass. I love how, Xbox has a mash of identities right now, but the one core thing that made this thing popular at the very core, at the very beginning of this era of Microsoft with Xbox, is the multiplayer scene. If you're not on Xbox to play multiplayer and you're just in it to play single player games, like I know some people are, please just go to PlayStation. I beg you go to PlayStation if that's what you want. Now, if you dabble in both, more power to you, kudos to you. But don't be that single player driven advocate without not having some multiplayer experience, because that's the reason this box wonderfully exists, is for that dedication to beat the other team to a pulp with an inch of their life, snipe them a million times, teabag them a million times, and legitly blow them the fuck up with grenades. And again, all of this comes through dedication and time. The more you play it, the better you'll get at it. But it doesn't just happen overnight. Anyway, that's my spiel for dedication for the day. Thanks so much. I have the next 2 days off from my job, and I'm going to have a lot of fun relaxing and chillaxing on Twitter. I might be back later in the week with another video. We'll see what pops up into my head. And again, I bid the 6,000 ponies that I killed over the God of War debacle a fine, fast, speedy recovery. I hope you find Valhalla pleasing. This is T Reaper. Thanks so much for the subscribers and the new followers on Twitter. Thanks for everybody who is new to my channel. And if you like more of these content, please leave a like, leave a comment. And if you guys have any topics that you want me to cover in future videos, leave them in the comment section below. This is T Reaper, and I'm out. Pieces, guys.